Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you are an OG and if you are a new person, thank you for coming. Have your seat. So in today's tutorial we are going to be making use of this two beautiful crepe fabric. The flower crepe is 1.5 while the plain one is 1 yard. So I already drafted out the basic bodies. If you don't know how to do that, please make sure you check my previous videos. I already made a lot of it. So I divided my largest measurement into 2, then I further divided into 2 on the paper. So I'm going to be working with one side as the back and another side as the front. So I'm just trying to label it so that you know the front from the back. So that line is our waistline, so you measure your own waistline. Okay, so make sure you take accurate measurement of your client. I've made a video on how to take accurate measurement. If you still want me to make another one, let me know, and how to draft basic block. So my vertical lines, I'm just going to label it. That is the bust point. For you measure from your shoulder to your bust point. Then that is the under bust. Then that side is our waistline. So you can see it's as simple as that. I just made sure to draw everything before starting the video, so as to make it faster. Then that line is going to serve as our full length. So I used 34 inches for the full length. You need it to be as long as that so that you're going to get that sharp V effect at the end. So the difference between the waistline of the front and the back is 2 inches. So the full length also should also reflect that difference, or else you're going to have issues when you close your side dart. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm reducing the measurement of the full length by 2 inches, which is the difference between our waistline of the front and the waistline of the back. So I'm labeling that as our full front. So using 34 inches for the full length is going to work perfectly for an average height, but take your measurements. It's very important that you do so. Now let us work on the next thing, which is the shoulder. So the shoulder of this person is 16 inches. So 16 on fold, we are going to be getting what? 8 inches. So I'm marking 8 inches. Then for the shoulder slope of the front, I came down by 1 inch. So remember that we draft both the back and front simultaneously. Okay, so I'm repeating the same thing for the back. Then the shoulder slope, I'm going to be coming down by 0.75 for the shoulder slope of the back. It's totally dependent on you. Just decide on what you want. So for the neckline, I'm using 3.5 for the width of the neckline. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm marking it for the back as well. So now I'm just going to connect the shoulder slope to the nape of the neck, just like you see me do. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for the back as well. Now the next thing is to determine our armhole, and to get your armhole, which is going to be where we're going to be placing our chest line, you're going to divide your bust circumference by 6 inches plus 1.5, or bust circumference divided by 4 minus 1.5. So you're going to be placing the measurements like so. Then you take into consideration your shoulder slope, so you add it to it. So then that is all. And so that is going to be our chest line, and I'm going to mark it all across both the front and the back before I connect all the dots together. That is going to be our chest line. That is where we're going to be putting our bust circumference. If you've been watching my previous video, you're going to be familiar with all of the steps. So this is still the basic on how to get your basic block. It's still the basic. Okay, So just follow what I am doing. Now I'm going to be putting the same measurement of the shoulder on the chest line. I'm doing this so as to connect it to my shoulder slope, and I'm just going to do that. I'm going to connect it to the shoulder slope just like you see me do. If this is your first time, make sure you click the subscribe button. It is totally free. Subscribe to my channel, watch other videos. If you're confused about any part, let me know in the comment section. Now you're going to be going up by 3 inches. I'm going to be going up by 3 inches for the armhole curve, okay? But for the back, I'm going to be dividing what I have into 2. And for the front, I'm going to be coming out by 0.5, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for the back as well. I'm going to be using 0.25 for the back. Just watch what I am doing. We need this so as to get the armhole curve. Remember that our armhole is not straight. Yeah. Now I'm going to be putting the cutter of my bust circumference. You divide your bust circumference into 4, and you're going to be placing it on the chest line. You repeat the same thing for the back. You put the cutter of your bust circumference on your chest line. We need this so that we can connect the armhole to it. Okay, now just watch what I'm going to do. So I decided to just put all the horizontal measurements. Now for the under bust cutter of my under bust, I placed it on the line. The same thing for the back, but before that, I'm trying to eliminate the back puff, so I came in by 0.5 on the center back so as to eliminate the back puff when I fix my zipper. I'm just going to do it like that. And after that, I'm going to be placing cutter of my waistline. Cutter of my waist circumference on the waistline as well. I'm doing this so that we can just connect everything at once, and then we'll put our we're going to close our bust dart as well. Just watch what I'm doing carefully. If you're confused you shouldn't be confused about any part here for now, okay? But if you're confused, just go back and watch the video again. Now I'm just going to connect the armhole. I'm trying to use the pen first so that I can adjust before using the marker. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the back and connect. Just connect carefully. If you have any question, make sure you drop it in the comment box. I'm going to attend to all of your questions. Now please make sure you engage. When you engage, it gives me this joy that I'm actually impacting someone, you understand, and I'm not just wasting my time and my resources, because it takes a whole lot to do all of this. So kindly engage with my video and watch other videos. So I'm placing cutter of my hip measurement on the full length, but it's actually not needed. I'm going to show you where it is needed for you to put cutter of your hip measurement. It is absolutely not needed for this part. Okay, next thing is I'm just going to connect it, everything like so. I'm going to connect it down. I'm going to connect the back as well. Okay, so now we have a full bodice. The next thing is we need to close the bust dart. Remember, the difference between the waistline of the front and the back is 2 inches, so that is what I'm trying to close. you mark your 2 inches on that line. Then I marked the bust span for the front, but I'm not going to be putting that front that there. Then I came in from the bust span by 1 inch and I connected this. You can decide to connect straight directly to your bust span. It is totally up to you and it's optional, but this is how I am doing mine. Okay, just watch what I am doing. So this is how I do mine. Just watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get a little dot here, like 0.25 after dividing it. I'm doing this so that when you close the bust darts, there's not going to be excesses. If you just close your bust darts without doing all of this, you see that one part is shorter than the other. So by doing this, it's going to eliminate that. Okay, that is one tip. Remember that I'm going to be giving you tip. Now let us move over to the next thing. Let us work on the neckline. So the full neck depth is 7 inches that I'm going to be using. Okay, then I'm going to be marking 4 inch down. Remember the full length is 4 inches. Then I marked 7 inches. Then I marked 4 inches again. So on that line, I'm going to be marking 4.5 inches. I hope you understand. Well, I'm still going to repeat it again in case you're confused. Then I'm going to connect all of the dots together like this. I'm doing this so that we're going to be able to achieve that neckline. Okay, you can still make yours deeper, but I don't want it to be too deep, you understand? So I'm going to repeat this. You come down by 4 inches, then you come down again by 7 inches. The neckline is 3.5. Why on that second line I marked 4.5, then I connected it together. It is as simple as that. You can decide to increase all of this measurements that I gave here. It is totally up to you, but this is exactly how to achieve that neckline. But you can now make yours wider or deeper. Okay, it is totally up to you. Make sure you do what works for you. Now just watch what I'm going to do carefully. So to achieve all of this VVV, so you come up by 1 inch from the waistline, then you come down by 1 inch again from the bust dart, then you connect. So by so doing, you're going to achieve the first separation on the outfit. If you watch closely, we have two separation in the front, so we have 3 layers for the front. Okay, now you come down from the waistline by 4 to 5 inches. So you mark, but I decide to come down by 5 inches. So you can use 4 to 5 inches. It's totally dependent, but I want this to be a bit longer, so that is why I came down by 5 inches. Now watch where you are going to be putting your hip measurement. Okay, so you come down. Just watch what I'm going to do. Remember that I told you that we have 3 layers. Okay, so before that, you connect. So you connect to your waistline like so. Can you see? So you connect to your waistline. So you can see that we've already divided this into 3 parts. We already divided the front into 3 parts. We have 1, 2. Then the lower part is going to be the third part, which is the pointed edge. Okay, you come down by 1 inch for the bust darts, then you go up by 1 to 1.5 on the waistline and you connect. You come down by 5 to 4 inches from the waistline and then you connect to your waistline. You can see it's as simple as that. If you're still confused, go back again and watch it. Then you come down from your waistline by 8 inches. That is where you're supposed to put your hip measurement. So you mark that line and then you reconstruct and put your hip measurement. Okay, I didn't do it here, but make sure when you're doing yours you do that. Okay, So now for us to achieve that pointed and sharp V effect, we're just going to connect it like so. That was why I said you should use 34 inches. So the longer the better, you understand? So you can see that we have that sharp V effect. So I'm going to label all of my part so that I'm not confused when I pieces the whole thing. Okay, so it's important. Remember, I always emphasize the importance of labeling your patterns. So you label as much as possible so that even if you're not going to be sewing it immediately, whenever you come back to your pattern, you're not going to be confused at all. You know where you're going to because everything is perfectly labeled. So from the waistline for the back, I came down same thing by 8 inches and then I connected straight to the full length. Okay, so you can still repeat all of the things that we did for the back. You can still also repeat it for the front. You can also repeat it for the back. So for the back, I'm going to be putting waist darts. There's going to be waist darts on my back, okay, at the back, okay, of this outfit. So put that in mind. You put your dart for the waistline, then you come down by 5 inches just like I did for the back, and you connect just like I did for the front. I don't know why I mentioned the back. So you connect just like so. You can still repeat that same thing to get 3 layers that we did for the front. You repeat the same thing for to the back, but it is optional. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to work with just 2 pieces for the back. It's as simple as that. Then you go ahead, you add all of your allowances to it, and we are practically done. You can see how beautiful, look at how beautiful our pattern is looking. Isn't this beautiful? You can see it is very simple and easy to do. Okay, very simple and easy to do. So now we are going to be using 2 fabric. Okay, so you use one part for the lower part, you use another part for the upper part. So for the front, the first layer is going to be a different color. Okay, why for the second and third part is going to be the same color. I hope you understand. So the upper part where the neckline is going to be different material. Then the second and the third is going to be a different material. So please take note when you are doing this. I'm going to be doing the opposite for mine, but I'm still going to change it later. Okay, that is what I'm mentioning it here because you're not going to be seeing that. So the upper part is going to be a different fabric, while the second and the third part is going to be the same fabric. So if you do it like this, it's going to come out more beautiful rather than using the same for the first and second. Okay, so I did mine like that, and that is why I'm correcting it here, because I'm still also going to correct it and change it later. Okay, so we're just cutting and cutting and cutting. Okay, so our physical class for our fashion academy is on. If you're here to register, or if you've not seen anything news about it, make sure you send a DM. We have the 6 weeks beginners class. We have the 6-month beginners to advanced class. We have the 4-month intermediate to advanced class. We also have weekend classes for our fashion academy physical. These are physical classes. Okay, so if you want to register for the physical class, is starting the 6 weeks beginners class is starting. The batch is starting. We have a batch starting in June. Then for the 6 month and the 4 month is starting in September. So make sure that you register. There is accommodation available as well. So make sure you send the DM and you register. The registration fee is 10,000. So for further inquiries, make sure you send me a message on Instagram at Dadeze Fashion Academy. So I've gone ahead to cut out all of my pieces just like you see me do. So I added 0.5 for the joining allowance. So I told you that the second part and the third part should be the same, but I didn't do it here. I told you earlier. So I'm still going to be changing that middle part to the floral fabric later. I'm still going to be changing it. Okay, so just put that in mind. I'm still going to be changing that center part, the middle part. I'm still going to be changing it to the flower fabric. So for the back, okay, I told you there's going to be that, so I added my dart allowance. Then I added the allowance for zipper. Then the side I added 2 inches for the joining allowance. Then all around I added 0.5 inches. So that is that. It's just as simple as that. Now for the lower part, now watch how I did it. You can see that I have just 2 pieces instead of 4 pieces for the lower part. Reason being that the side is not going to be in piece, is going to be one single continuous pattern. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to join. You can see you join the side of the front, you join the side together. You just use a paper tape. You can just use it to hold it down like this. Then you cut out your fabric, so you have one single piece that will extend from the center back to the center front for the left side, and the same thing for the right side. So we are going to be having just 2 pieces, so there's not going to be joining, okay, at the side. Please take note, no joining at the side. Okay, so you just go through this route that I just showed you. So it's as simple as that. So you just close it up, hold it with your paper tape, and then you cut it out. So if you have enough fabric, you cut your lining for it, or you can use the fabric that you're using to mix it. You cut it as your lining. But because I have limited fabric, remember I told you that I have just 1 yard of the plain fabric, so I'm trying to maximize, and I'm trying to maximize what I have and minimize the outfit that I'm going to, the fabric that I'm going to be using. So I cut out this piece, this long piece. It is like 3 inches wide. So I'm going to be using it to finish up the center of this. So you just place it on the center like this. You sew it, then you turn it inside, so that when it is opening up, it will be that red fabric that it's going to be showing. You understand? So you're going to just attach all of it together. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do all of that. So it's as simple as that. There's nothing difficult about it. Now for the back, you are going to cut your facing and you attach your facing. You should know how to do this by now. And if not, just make sure you watch previous video, or you register for our beginner 6 weeks beginners class. This course is intensive. Within 6 weeks, you're going to be learning a whole lot: how to make top, how to make gown, how to make trouser, how to make skirt. You're going to be getting certification at the end as well. Okay, so it is very packed, very intensive. And if you know that your foundation is also shaky, you can also register for it, okay, as well, so that you're going to reinforce your foundation. If you're a self-taught designer and your foundation is shaky, understand, so you can also register for it, because most of the things that we are getting wrong is from the basics. Okay, so now just watch what I'm going to do. For the bust dart, I'm trying to mark where it is. So I placed a pin and I pierced through that point. So I'm going to be marking it. You can see. So I'm just going to be marking it. You need this for easy identification, so that when you go to your sewing machine, it's going to be very easy for you. So you just mark where the bust dart is starting from. You can see what I did. So just mark where it's starting from. Then you also do the same thing for the side. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So this is going to make it easier. You see, you can see what I'm doing. So you place a pin, you pierce 3 pin through that point, all of the points that you need. So you pierce a pin all through them, so that when you are sewing, you are completely sure. You don't need to start measuring again, you understand, because you've already marked all of the important points. Then you go ahead to extend the lines, and you just hold your bust darts just like you see me do, just like so. You go ahead to hold your darts. Then you cut out the facing for the front as well, and you also sew it with the amount of allowance you left. Then you attach the middle part with the 1/2 inch that you left, or the allowance that you left. You attach it together. After you've already joined your facing and you've already held your darts, the next thing is to join the front and the back together with the allowance. So in this case, it is 2 inches, so you're going to be joining it with 2 inches. So after you've joined both the front and the back together, the next thing is for you to attach the side pieces to it. Okay, so you just sew your side piece to it for one side, for the right side, and for the back side. Then you fix your sleeves. You can use any other sleeve. Because I don't have enough fabric, so I'm not going to be doing the exact same sleeve. Okay, so you can do any sleeve of your choice. So I've gone ahead to do all of that. So I'm just going to show you in case you were confused with my explanation. So this is going to give you a bit of clarification. I told you that we're going to join that, so you can see I already did. Then you iron, and I'm going to be using hemming gum to just hold this piece together, because I don't want any stitch to show on the right side. So I'm going to be using hemming gum to stitch it together. I'm going to do it for all of the centers. This is totally optional. If you have enough fabric, you just cut out the same piece, so it's just going to serve as lining. Okay, but you can just go through this route as well. Now I have joined the front. I've joined you can see, look at the facing. I have joined the facing together. Then I notched all the parts. So you can go ahead and you top stitch your facing, and you stitch it down. Then you iron, or you can still use hemming gum to also hold it down as well, or you can use your needle and thread to tack it down, whichever finishing you want. And look at the bust dart. I've held the bust dart for it. You can see, look at how it is looking. I've held the bust dart. Now I've attached the middle part to it, and I'm still going to be changing the middle part. Don't forget, I'm still going to be changing it to the floral fabric. I'm still going to be changing it. Look at the back as well. I've held my darts for the back. I've also joined the facing for the back as well. So you go ahead and you iron every of your pieces, because ironing is going to separate a professional work from just made at home work. So it's very important that you take ironing seriously. It is inevitable. So you go ahead and you iron all of the curves, all of the puffy parts. You iron everything together. Now the next thing is to join the front and the back together. So just watch what I'm going to do. Make sure that your seams are aligned. It is very important. Make sure the seams are aligned. So I'm just going to join the shoulder for the front to the back for the right side, and then for the left side as well. Okay, so now the next thing is to join the sides. After you must have done that, so you join the sides with the allowance that you have left. So 2 inches, remember. So I'm just going to hold it with 2 inches on both sides, or the amount of allowance that you want. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So after you must have done that, the next thing is to join the side, just like I explained earlier. So you join the sides to it, just like you see me do. So you just join everything together and you're practically done. So you go ahead, you fix your sleeve, you aim the lower part, and then you are done. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. And if you want to register for any of our physical classes, make sure you send a DM or you put it in the comment section for more inquiry. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. And if you are here to subscribe and put on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know. Thank you. Bye.